Christianity in Silicon Valley, the hypocritical faith. But we're going to open up with Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. And in this video, I'm going to go into how to have a faith and to be creating godlike, or so to say, AI is hypocritical in a sense, because you're trying to get closer to God. And also, I want to speak on how you can't condone war, but then say you have faith in God. So it's kind of it's a little hypocritical here, but they do speak on some truth. So let me just get right to it. I don't want to keep y'all for a very long time, and I will leave the link of the article in the description box. Why the tech gods, you notice they call themselves tech gods too, why the tech gods of Silicon Valley have turned to Christianity. Peter Thiel is among the tycoons touting their faith and messianic attitude, while building super intelligence has prompted deep philosophical questions. Let's get right to it. Existential questions arising from the race to develop, quote, God-like, unquote, artificial intelligence are driving a revival of interest in Christianity in Silicon Valley. That's why I say modern Christianity is horse garbage, man. Horse poop. Because the Lord gave Moses law, statutes, and commandments. And modern Christianity can be twisted any way they want to. But if it ain't thus saith the Lord, I just ignore it. So it says, getting right into it, Denise Lee Yorn, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe she's a Moabite, which should be known as a Chinese woman. Or, I don't want to be rude, let's just say she's Asian. Far East, I don't know. Anyways, Denise Lee Yorn, co-founder of the Bay Area Center for Faith, Work, and Tech, which was founded about a year ago and has about 2,000 people on its mailing list, said the increased interest in Christianity has prompted, quote, in large part, unquote, by the questions raised by the development and use of AI. And this is the problem I have with Christianity, because, they'll try and say it's for anybody. But you got to remember who the Bible was written for, who the law, statutes, and commandments were given to, so you can get a better understanding and grasp of why I don't deal with, and we predominantly don't deal with, Christianity. Alright? First and foremost, give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahawah, His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, who in the world ignorantly called Jesus. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone, talking the truth through the Spirit. Single honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3 and to the confusion, the faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is Psalms 147 and 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his command and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So this woman could be descended from Moab of Ammon. She's not an Israelite, yet she's hosting this faith, work, and tech center. All right, and it said it was founded about a year ago. It has about 2,000 people in its mailing list. All right, let's just say Miss Lee. I don't want to mispronounce her last name. Now, this is the point right here that got me. Quote, I think that people are asking themselves and each other, what does it mean to be human if we could be gods? Should we be gods? Quote, she said. And this is why I come in with 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? And this goes back to transhumanism, where they're merging man and machine to make you a cyborg. The only reason why this is really happening is because Esau birth rates are declining. And in 1940, Esau was like 70% of the Earth's population. I don't know how that was, but they were no, sorry, 40%. I said 70, 40%. I apologize, 40%. Now they're only like 4%. They're dying off quicker than they're giving birth, and not only because of the incest and because of the recessive genes that they have. Hell, the women are also, going after Jake, getting their soul pulled, and they're also aborting their babies. So it's like they have to use artificial wombs, like in the UK for certain women, because they can't even give birth. It's getting bad, but that's besides the point. want to be God and try to play God. This goes back to, man, what's that, 2 Thessalonians? This is heavy. I wasn't thinking about this precept until now. So, no, 2 Corinthians. I said 2 Thessalonians. Bear with me for a moment. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord YAHAWASHI, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day forgive me, of Mashiach is at hand. Comes to focal point. Forgive me, y'all. I've been under the weather for the past couple of days. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Perdition means destruction. Let's get to it. Here comes the point. Who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God. What's a prime example? GMO fruit. The Lord said, your food shall be the fruits of the field with seeds. That's in the Genesis. That's in like the 3rd chapter. The Lord said your meat will be seeds, like of the field, meaning like the fruits. In other words, the Lord said you can eat anything that bears seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's fruit. Esau producing fruit that doesn't have seeds. Doesn't want to be God. Understand? Naturally flowing water purifies and cleanses itself. Naturally alkaline, like from a spring or a waterfall. Esau put it in pipes and then use chemicals to treat it. They want to be God, but they're not. Alright? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is as God sitteth in the temple of God, show himself that he is God. Once again, what did she say? Quote, I think that people are asking themselves and each other, what does it mean to be human if we could be gods? Should we be gods? She said. Now notice, Edomite men, they always tend to go to the Far East to get them a wife, especially when they have a lot of money. As you can see, this woman here, you got to get the background of who she is. It says, the talks about being organized by a collective known as Acts 17 Collective. Acts standing for acknowledging, I'm going to just say it, Christ in technology and science and society. Technology and society, acknowledging, stop it. That's why I say it's hypocritical. I'm going to tell you why. The non-profit group was founded last year by Michelle Steffens, a healthcare startup executive and the wife of Trey Steffens, a partner of Field's Founders Fund, who is also co-founder of Aldero Industries, which makes and sells autonomous weapon systems for military use. Now you see why I have hypocritical faith. How you talking about God, love, peace, whatever y'all claim to be talking? I'm just saying in general. That's what most Christians talk about. But then you're selling autonomous weapon systems for the military. You can't serve God and mammon. Which brings me to this precept. Forgive me, y'all, for the clearing throat and everything. I'm really feeling better. I'm really getting over it. I went to the park today. I worked out in the sun, let it sweat out upon me. Grandma said, go outside and sweat it up out you. So it's coming up out of me, y'all. So just bear with me. I apologize. I know it may sound grotesque and not very polite, but bear with me. I know y'all can get through it. We can get through the other parts of the hard when he, doing his thing. But he's a older gentleman, so to say. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Let's get back to it. So, Matthew chapter 6 verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. And that word mammon is It's money. But when you actually going into it, when you go into the blue, wow. Call her lawyer like YAHAWASHI. As soon as I said that, I forgot. This man is actually holding up money. You see, you can't make this up. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. So now I'm going to go and look up that word mammon. Oh, Lord. Right here. Alright, here we go. This is Strong's G 3126. Alright, let's see if they're going to let me play it.
Strong's G 3126. Mamonas.
I'm going to start over.
Mamonas.
I had the volume all the way down. Yeah.
Strong's G 3126. Mamonas. Mamonas.
And the outline dictionary, and the outline Bible usage, it says riches, where it is personified and opposed to God. So mammon is money that you. So in other words, you can't be in the world making money that's opposed to God, but then you trying to serve me. That's why I say this is hypocritical, because you selling money to an autonomous weapons system for military, and that's Mr. Peter Thiel, the individual who's holding the money, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I apologize. A partner at Thiel's Founders Fund. Let me get this show on. Trey Steffens, who's a partner at Thiel's Founder Fund, he sells autonomous weapon systems for military use. But Thiel is the one, as you see the caption underneath the this is even more hypocritical. Now that I seen that, the caption beneath his picture, it says Peter Thiel has warned of a quote one world totalitarian state unquote. Yeah, but your friend who's a partner of your fund actually sells weapons to those folks, and you could be like, I don't sell them to them, but at the end of the day, you still profiting or personify something that the Lord opposes, that He's against. I think this just might be enough talking about this article. But there's one point I do want to get on that makes me put the but in the title. But I said but, then I said but again. Going back to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So scrolling down, where is it exactly I'm looking for? I swear it was literally a paragraph of him speaking against AI. That's why I said it's so hypocritical, because you're profiting off of this rather than not hindering it. This might be it right here. Forgive me, y'all. It says, Thiel's theology has drawn some skepticisms, given that it aligns with his business interests. The Founders Fund manifesto states that, quote, entrepreneurs who make it have a near messianic attitude, unquote. I have no idea what that means. In recent interviews musing on the Antichrist, he has warned against the emergence of an individual or a system that could exploit fears of global catastrophe, driven by AI to enforce a one world totalitarian state that undermines human freedom. First and foremost, there's not an antichrist, there's antichrists with the plural that it speaks about in the book of John. So stop it, okay? But you're also a part of that totalitarian state. Your friend, who's a partner, who's a partner of your fund, sells automated weapons systems to the military, which is a part of their totalitarian state. They're hypocritical, and that's what I wanted to bring out. But also, Remember this, and I'm gonna close out. Where is it? She said it. Quote, I think that people are asking themselves and each other, what does it mean to be human? If we can be gods, should we be gods? Unquote, she said. Well, ma'am, sorry to burst your bubble. This is Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel, not Christians, Israel, shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. So let's just get this straight. If you're a lion cub, that means you're the son of a lion, right? If you're a bear cub, that means that you're the son of a bear. If you're an Israelite, which the word Israel means, the word Israel broke it down, pronounced YASHARAHLA. Yah means he, Shar is prince, Allah means God. That's Hebrew. Loosely translated, Prince of God. So we're already gods. There's no people on earth that can go through what we've been through and still be so resilient, especially with hardcore bondage. The world hates us. The world's against us. The world resists us. But Judah, so-called Negro, the head tribe, just keep on trucking, and the other tribes follow. That's how you know the Spirit of the Lord is within us, and it spooks them. It puts fear inside of them. Yes, we are gods. Like the Lord said, have it said that ye are gods, but ye shall die like the princes of men? Well, lo and behold, because we're under curses right now. But nonetheless, Zechariah chapter 12 verse 8, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. Let that sink in. The most feeble among you. So those are the most. I'm talking about Jay. You probably never had a fight in your life. Probably don't like confrontation. You know what I'm saying? You probably stay to yourself. Introverted. The Lord, hell, you could be a brother that has a chronic illness. You know, the Lord said you're gonna be like you're gonna be like an angel of God in that day. Come on, man. Only the nation of Israel. Remember, I think I had mentioned 147:19 Psalms 147:19. The Lord not dealing with you other nations. All right. But anyhow, with that being said, I truly pray y'all was edifying, fast, stay in the spirit, no fear, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kwame Sha'Allah, Mafla Babal, Shalom.